Of the more than 1,300 breweries in the U.S., Dogfish Head Craft Brewery in Delaware stands out for its uniqueness.
Our motto since the day we've opened has been off-centered ales for off-centered people. And just by virtue of that definition, it's obvious we're not planning on brewing light lagers and boring beers.
Owner Sam Calagiani says the 26 kinds of beer brewed at his microbrewery cater to different people's tastes, but have one thing in common.
The ideas for beers that come out of our brewery, Dogfish Head, either usually come from my own inspiration, a feeling for a style that doesn't exist yet that I think would work well.
Calagiani's latest concoction, Chateau Jiahu, made headlines in the National Geographic News and other media. But more importantly, it is a hit with many of the brewer's customers.
It was very tasty. The honeysuckle almost flavor to it, and you could taste a little bit of the white grape in the background. Very smooth, very mellow, very tasty.
It was good. It was like buttery but a little sweet, like honey. A little bit like crispiness to it.
I'm glad they found the recipe because I think this type of beer I could drink.
The ancient brew was rediscovered in pottery dating back thousands of years at an excavation site in the Neolithic village of Jiahu in northern China.
And if you have pottery vessels, they're very useful in making a beverage and also storing and serving and drinking it. And often the beverage will be absorbed into the pottery, and it will be held in the pottery by the clay matrix, the pores.
Dr. Patrick McGovern, an archaeochemist at the University of Pennsylvania's Museum of Archaeology and Anthropology in Philadelphia, derived the recipe from residue found in pottery jars. Careful research shows the ancient brew included rice, honey, grapes, and hawthorn fruit.
The Jiahu mixed beverage is so far the earliest chemically attested alcoholic beverage or wine from anywhere in the world. I think it's really quite remarkable that it doesn't come from the Middle East. I mean, people usually assume the first wine, the first beer has to be the Middle East, but it comes from China.
Brian Souders, the lead brewer at the brewery, explains how the ancient beer was resurrected.
This vessel here is called the mash tun. In the mash tun, what we do is mix up the mash. And what a mash is a combination of crushed malted barley and hot water.
In addition, the recipe calls for rice flakes. The rice and barley malt are combined to make the mash for starch conversion and degradation.
In the boil kettle, we collect the full volume of wort that we need, and then we boil the wort. What that accomplishes is it concentrates sugars, it also sterilizes the wort, and then we're able to spice the wort with hops. We also add honey and hawthorn berries.
The liquid is then mixed with a fresh culture of sake yeast to ferment. The result is this golden-colored, fragrant Chateau Jiahu beer. Calagiani believes his new take on the ancient brew probably tastes better than the original.
I'm sure that the original wines and beers back then had infections of bacteria and wild yeast, whereas today in our modern brewing facility with our lab and our high-tech equipment, we can make sure that no wild yeast and bacteria gets into the beer. So it'll be a lot cleaner tasting.
And beer lovers will tell you it is all about the taste.
Man, I'll tell you what, for an old beer, that's good stuff. It's very good. I enjoyed it very much.
For producer Liu Wenming, Elaine Lu, VOA News.